Hi, everybody. I'm Tom Hafer, the host of the Parish Podcast, and welcome to this edition. The Parish Podcast is available in audio-only form on Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you find podcasts. Hello and welcome to the Parish Podcast. It is a production of the Communications and Media staff of the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury. I am the Communications and Media Director, Tom Hafer, and our guest today is our Human Resources Director, Christina Joyce-Wilson. Christina, welcome.
Hey, Tom. Thanks for having me.
Well, tell us a little bit about Christina Joyce-Wilson. How long have you worked here at the police jury, and what is your hometown, and et cetera?
Well, Tom, I consider myself a sulphurite. I've lived in Sulphur since I was 4 years old.
Is that right?
Yeah, originally from New Jersey, but we won't tell anybody that, right? But I joined the parish about 12 years ago, so I feel like I've had a good opportunity to work here and learn how the organization operates and really serves its citizens. So I love that aspect of working for the parish, and that's actually why I still choose to work for the parish today. So, and being in HR, I really get a chance to work with a lot of good employees, not only my department, but hiring our great staffs that kind of fill all the different roles here.
Good deal. The Parish Podcast is an informal discussion of our parish projects, issues, and programs. One brief warning, Christina, it is an acronym and government jargon-free zone. You just said HR, but that's okay. That's not a government acronym. Okay. That's a general acronym.
Well, I'm going to have to work on that, Tom. I'm going to have to work on it.
We'll see. This is our fourth edition, and we have yet to have to throw a penalty flag on any of our guests, although we've gotten close on a couple of different occasions. All right, let's talk about today's topic, which is working for the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury. Right. What are the types of positions that we typically have open that we sometimes have trouble filling?
Right. Oh, and Tom, trouble filling is definitely a key term right now. I think the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury, look, I almost said CPPJ, so I'm really working hard on that, Tom.
So wait, you can say CPPJ. Brian Beam, our parish administrator, declared that as to be okay to use in the Parish Podcast. I disagreed with him. We had a little tiff about it. I thought it needed police jury action, a resolution or ordinance. He overruled me, and so we can say CPPJ.
Well, I have to work on this acronym because in Human Resources, HR for short, there's lots of acronyms and lots of laws and things that we follow that have acronyms. So I'm going to have to catch myself on that today. But we're talking about working here at the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury, and we do have a lot of open positions. Like other organizations, both here locally in Southwest Louisiana and nationally, we are definitely short. Yeah. We've got about 100 positions that are open. Actually, I think 95 is our last count, but we're definitely in better shape than we were over about a year ago because we've really put in lots of procedures to try to help hiring faster to hire, that kind of thing for our departments. But some of the key positions that we're always looking for good individuals to fill are positions at our animal services.
Right.
Being an animal services officer, helping serve our public in that capacity. Our public works department is frequently a department where we've got lots of openings. So being a laborer, learning, we want any individual that wants to come in and learn how to use equipment and that sort of thing. Also, too, if you've got experience, then hey, we can take that experience and mold it and develop it and use it here. So public works, another department is our Office of Juvenile Justice Service. That's frequently short. We've got great detention officers that work there, but we could use more. So anybody that wants to kind of fulfill that role and work with the great juveniles that we have in our area and help grow them and develop them would be definitely an asset to us. So those are our three areas that we kind of really look to hire pretty frequently. But any kind of positions, anybody could go to our website and look at our positions that are open every day.
That was my next question. Where do you go to find the open positions?
Right.
And how do you actually go about applying?
Yeah, so that's actually really simple. We've got a great website thanks to our communications and media team, right? Wink, wink. But we've got a great website. It's calcasieu.gov. So all that an individual would have to do is go to that website. At the very top ruler, there's a link called Jobs. You just click on that. If you wanted to search the website, there's a couple different ways to find it, but that's the easiest way. So once you go into Jobs, they actually show all of our positions that are available and open that people can apply for. Now, when they go to apply for it, so say they click click on a laborer job, right? And we always have those laborer jobs posted because we actually grow our laborers into operators. So if you wanted to join our team as a laborer, you just click on the laborer position and then simply complete the application. Now it takes you to governmentjobs.com, which is associated with our applicant tracking service, which is NeoGov. That's the company that we use. There's lots of benefits of using an online system. You can do it at the comfort of your own home in your PJs. But you'll have to create an account through Government Jobs, and once you create the account, you'll have an application. So you can link it to that laborer position. So it's just that simple. And by using your online username and password, you can check on that application at any point in time if you wanted to. The other bonus I want to share with you, Tom, real quick about using that system is that your application stays there. So if you say, okay, hey, you know, the laborer was interesting, but I also want to check out that animal service officer. You just go click on the animal service officer position and you link your application that's already there. So you don't have to go enter it again, right? So lots of good opportunities there.
This is the Parish Podcast. It is a production of the Communications and Media Department of the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury, and our guest is Christina Joyce-Wilson, our HR Director here at the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury. Christina, you mentioned briefly about how oftentimes you hire, say, a laborer, and that individual is later promoted or is able to advance to higher level position. That happens frequently here at the police jury, does it not?
Oh, it does. In fact, they can move within that own public works family. So say they do like that more field work that they're taking care of. So maybe they're, as a laborer, they learn different skill sets in different departments or different crews. And so they want to grow, so they can look at a position as a medium equipment operator or move into a heavy equipment operator. But Tom, it's not just public works. So if they want to look in the other departments at the parish, because I have 15, right? We have lots of different departments. So if they want to grow and start working for, like let's say IT, we actually recently had an employee that pursued their associate's degree in IT, working at Public Works, and then just recently got a position within our own IT department. So it's almost limitless here at the parish about the different career paths that someone can take, but it's about what that employee wants to do, and they have plenty of opportunity here.
Just last year, we were in, like a lot of businesses, really struggling with hiring people. We had to, in fact, for retention and for hiring, we had to go through a series of pay increases.
Yeah.
Tell us about that process, how it went, and how that helped us be competitive with the marketplace and hire more people.
We always look to be competitive, right? So we want to be as competitive as possible, especially when it comes to our employee base and giving them the financial resources that they need to be able to provide for their family. Now we're a governmental entity, so we always have to be mindful of budget, and we have to be mindful of how we're spending those taxpayer dollars that the citizens entrust us with. So it's about making sure that we do that responsibly. So we were able to really look at our wages and say, how can we increase those? So, and with this inflation that everyone experienced it, we weren't alone, right? So we really looked at how we can aggressively do that. In fact, we did an unprecedented 7.5% increase for our frontline employees, really kind of focusing on our field folks and how we can help them. And so by doing that, I think we really stepped up our game for that. Now, we also had increases for our professional level folks, and they work equally as hard, but we really wanted to make sure that our field folks were able to get the increases where they needed.
Employee satisfaction is very strong, and we do an annual employee survey to talk about certain things that are key and get ideas from our employees as to what are important and what needs to happen, et cetera. Tell us about the employee satisfaction numbers that came out of the most recent survey.
Oh, yeah. In fact, we're still collecting our 2023 survey, so we just completed that. We actually looked to our current employee base, because not only is recruiting, which I know we've been visiting about, we want people to join our family here, but we really spend a great deal of time on that retention. I know we just talked about the salary increases, but we also look at that in regards to our culture. Like, what is it like to work here at the police jury? And every year we do an employee engagement survey where we ask our employees, voluntarily by the way, what is it like working here? Well, what can we do to improve? And we take those suggestions seriously. In fact, they're the ones that share we needed to work on compensation. Yeah. So that's why we put those measures in place for increases. But one of the things that through that survey is they tell us all this good information, but again, that's voluntary. Out of our recent campaign, we had 476 employees out of our 600-ish base complete that. So we get really quality, good information. I want to share with you one of our questions in our first survey, which we did in, I think, 2019 or 2018. We asked our employee base to describe the culture here, and 3 words came up as the top 3 words. And we use a third-party provider, by the way, to do our engagement survey. Yep. So it's totally anonymous. Employees can share and say whatever they want to say. But these are the 3 words that we heard from that question: teamwork, friendly, and I think the most important one to me is family. I can't believe we had that many employees share that they define our culture that way. I do feel like we're a very family-first oriented organization. We've got lots of employees that can take advantage of our flexible work schedules. Like, Public Works, for example, work 4/10s. Right? So we've got lots of opportunities to help people be able to put family first.
Let's talk about some of the benefits of working for the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury. This is the Parish Podcast, which is produced by CPPJ. Government agencies have a reputation for having strong benefits.
Yes.
Let's talk about some of the benefits here. Let's start with our health care.
Right. So we've got some great health care benefits. I can't shout to the moon enough, right, about the benefits that we have and the affordable nature of it. The premiums are extremely low for our employees. We've got 2 different plans. We actually have a no premium plan that they can take advantage of. But if you wanted the lower deductible plan, it's $40 for an employee, right, a month. So I feel like it's extremely affordable for the great quality of care that we have through our partners that we partner with for our healthcare services. I know maybe you're going to ask about it, but I want to talk about our Health Connection, Tom.
It was next on my list, but go right ahead.
Yeah, that's our biggest when it comes to healthcare. Not only do we have great insurance, but I feel like our Health Connections definitely sets us apart from other employers. We actually have a clinic here. It's on site of our downtown campus, but any of our employees can utilize that. We've got nurse practitioners that are there, both for acute but also chronic needs as well. And you can often get in the same day.
Exactly.
So it's super responsive. The best part about it, Tom, though, is $0. Yeah, I saw the big goose egg you were holding up, right? So where most doctors you go, you have to pay a $30 or $50 copay to go to, you can actually go to them for free. In fact, I was just recently talking with one of our nurse practitioners, and one of the things that a lot of people are doing, because it's that time of year, they're doing kids' physicals for programs and stuff. And, you can go to urgent care and they charge $75 for that. Well, no, you can go to our Health Connections, make an appointment, and they can take care of that for you, $0. So that's a great benefit to our employees.
Let's talk about vacation, other types of time off. We have very competitive and very generous vacation and ETO, overtime, all of that is available.
Yeah, so our vacation policy, I got to say, is super advantageous for our employee base. If you come in and you start working that year, you get a prorated 1 year, or not 1 year, 1 week. You have to work time, right? So you get a 1 week's vacation prorated for that year. But once that January rolls around, you get 2 weeks, right? So folks that have been here for a long time can earn significant amounts of vacation, right? So if you're 25 years or older, you get 6 weeks of vacation. So I feel like we've got some significant benefits when it comes to that, right? So we want to pay reasonably, but our benefit sets us apart from other organizations, and vacation is just one of them.
Yeah. ETO and overtime are available depending on the circumstance?
Oh, absolutely. Now, obviously, ETO and overtime have to be supervisor approved, right? So, but we have lots of it. We've got lots of work orders and lots of opportunities for people to be able to earn overtime. So we use that responsibly, but we can either be paid out in overtime, but as a governmental entity, we're able to have earned time off, which is ETO, right? So basically, we time and a half, same thing as overtime, but you can bank that and use that similar to vacation. So we have lots of employees utilize that. Now they can only earn up to 120 hours of that, so we're being responsible with it. But that's another way, another avenue, especially like for a new employee, they can earn ETO and supplement their vacation, right?
Yep.
So it's another great benefit, especially for our new employees.
When people look at a job listing that they may see the starting pay, and that may not be all that attractive to them. But we have almost every year we have step increases and we have shifts in salaries, etc. It is not a static number, is it?
That's 100% correct, right? I think you mentioned the word competitive earlier. We try to be as competitive as possible. Now look, Tom, we're not going to be able to meet and pay what our private industry friends pay, right? We're a governmental organization and we need to be responsible to our taxpayer dollars and to our budget, right? But at the same time, we want to be as competitive as we can for that top talent. And so we certainly look to do that. So not only is there a starting rate of pay, but every year we look to look at our whole salary structure and look at how we can increase that and make sure that we're keeping up with things like inflation and things that are going on in our local economy, right? So we're examining that. In fact, we're actually doing that right now for 2024. So we're in deep with that.
This is the Parish Podcast, a production of the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury. I am Tom Hafer, and our guest is Christina Joyce-Wilson, the HR Director here at CPPJ. One of the great benefits that at my age I'm starting to think about is our retirement system, and it is one of the best selling points that we have.
Oh, it is tremendous. In fact, we're underneath the parochial system, PERSLA for short, but I won't talk, I'm not going to use the acronym, right?
Okay,
so parochial, right? It's run out of Baton Rouge. It is a wonderful program. An employee has to be here for 7 years to be fully vested, but the parish puts in 11.5% for that employee, right? And so it's constantly building as they're growing with us. And so we have people that are here 30 years. Our oldest, I don't want to say oldest, that's not the right word, longest serving employee has been here 40 years. So we've got some great loyalty and link. And what happens when they retire is they're rewarded for that.
Right.
And I got to say, parochial is extremely responsible in regards to what it can do for our employees. So we just have a really great relationship with that partner, and we're glad that we can offer that benefit to our employees.
Right, and somebody that's here working for 30 years, they will retire with 90% of their salary.
Yeah. So there's lots of good opportunity, and we've got great people that can lead our employees through conversations. Micah Pradia in our HR department, our human resources.
No, HR's good. We're good. It's not a government acronym.
I use HR all the time. Yeah. So, but Micah Pradia in our HR department can help walk all of our employees through what does that retirement look like. So, from a retention standpoint, also too from a recruiting standpoint, if we've got somebody that's curious about that, we'd be more than happy to sit down and visit with anyone about it. Also, too, Tom, a little known fact is that if you work for another governmental entity but you come over here, we can do reciprocal agreements, right? So you might be with Lasers, which is another state funded, or maybe teachers education program, right? And you're looking for a career change, right? So yeah, we can do reciprocal agreements. So there's lots of creativity that can come into that place for the retirement piece.
I think we've covered it all, but I'm going to give you the opportunity with an open microphone to just think of anything that we maybe didn't talk about as far as being a benefit of working here, and maybe we'll just go through again the steps that people need to do to go there.
Well, I actually want to recircle back to the application process, right?
Yep.
So one of the things I didn't mention is that when you go to our website, so we have our list of jobs that are available, right? So if you want to come work for us, so click on that, simply apply. But what if there's something that you're interested in, maybe doing, like say finance, you like that, but there's no job openings in our finance department. All you would have to do is go to the left side of the page, there's a ruler, and you would click on job interest card underneath the human resources tab. And so you can fill out that job interest card. Basically, you click anything that interests you. And then when jobs come open underneath that, it'll email you. So you can certainly stay kind of abreast about about what we have going on. Just like any other organization, we're constantly changing, right? So people might move out of state, or maybe they take on other opportunities, or maybe they decide to go home and retire, right? So we have that happening too. When we look to fill positions, it can flag you because we're always looking for great people to join our team. And I have to say, we've got close to like 700 when it looks at both full-time and part-time staff here at the parish. So there's lots of great people to join us in lots of different departments. I always say this is that one of the reasons I love working for the parish is that there's so many different capacities, different departments doing drastically different things, but we all serve one mission, and that's to serve our citizens of the parish. And I think that we do that extraordinarily well, but we always need good people joining in on our team to do it.
Very well said. You sold me. I'm going to go apply for another position. I'm so excited about this. Christina Joyce-Wilson, our HR director, thank you for being our guest here on the Parish Podcast.
Oh, thanks, Tom. Thanks for having us.
This is the Parish Podcast. I am Tom Hafer, your host. This is a service of the Communications and Media Department of the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury and is available on all of the major podcasting services. We thank again Christina Joyce-Wilson for being with us, and we say thanks to everyone who listened to us here today. So long.